Hey guys, Liz Hogan here. Today I'm going to be giving you guys a tutorial on how to install your Runway pocket in this Exult 600 head. Make sure you check out the description below to see all the materials that you'll need, and then we'll get moving on to the top string. So today we're going to go over how to string the STX Runway pocket. And the first thing we need to do actually is make our vertical nylon runners. So to do that, we're going to take one of our runners and we're going to make a slip knot. So to do that, you make a loop, you take your string, the top part, and go around twice. Okay, and then all you're going to do is just guide that back through. So it should look like that. Tighten nice and tight, and you should have a loop that if you pull on one side is adjustable. Okay, you're going to do that the exact same thing on the other side. So again, make a loop, go around twice, and then come back down to the top side. All right, so now our nylon runners are ready to go, our runway pocket is ready to go, and we're going to start with our top string. So we're going to take our top string and we're going to do a double overhand knot. So similar to the slip knot, you're going to make a loop and you're going to go around twice. But now instead of coming back up from the top, we're going to go right back through those two circles that we made and pull tight. Okay, so now we have our double overhand knot. So to start, we're going to take our top string and we're going to guide it through that third hole there. And we're going to pull nice and tight. We're then going to go from the back side of the head. We always string from the back side of the head. I'm going to go from the back side down to the front, and you're going to bring it back up through the loop you just created. Okay, and pull tight. You're then going to take one of your nylon runners. You're going to take your top string. You're going to guide it through that nylon runner. We're going to do something very similar to what we just did, but instead of going down through the back side, we're actually going to come up through the front side. And again, we have that loop we've just created, so we want to make sure that we guide the top string through that loop. And then you can tighten that nylon runner. Okay, we're going to proceed to the next top string hole, again going down from the back side up to the front side. And now we're going to take our runway pocket. If you look closely, you'll see that there is a thicker side and a thinner side to the runway pocket. We want the thicker side folding down towards the front of the pocket. And then you can also look at the tail end and you'll notice that they're bunched up. So we want to make sure that this part goes on the back side. Okay, now that we have our runner situated, we're going to take our top string. We're just going to guide it through that loop, just like we did with our nylon runner. And again, our second step is from the front side through the back side and pull nice and tight. You want a tight top string again to create consistency in the pocket. So we're going to continue the same steps, going from the back side through the front side, through that loop. Then you're going to go from the front side through the back side. Again, making sure you come through that loop, pulling nice and tight. And then finally, we're going to go and do our last nylon runner, doing the same steps that we did before. Coming through that loop, under, and then again closing off, going through the end, making a double overhand knot. Okay, and then pull those nylons tight. And all we need to do now is just guide our centerpiece here. We're going to go through the center holes of the throat. Okay, and we're just going to make a single overhand knot. So you're going to create a loop with your two nylon runner pieces there. Guide it through. And then pull tight. The center can be a little loose because that's going to be what creates our channel. But when we go ahead and tie off these outside runners, we want to make sure they're super tight. The tighter they are, the more of a channel we have. So we're going to guide them through these outside holes on our throat. We're going to do a single overhand knot. But again, we're going to make sure that while we're doing this, it's super tight. So we're going to create a loop. Okay. We got our string through it. Then as we're doing that, we're going to make it super, super tight. can see we got some nice tension in there. Again, repeat on the other side, making a knot, coming through. Super tight. So after you have your outside nylons and your center runner attached, you may choose to go ahead and cut your outside runners a little bit. I like to make sure that I have enough to always adjust, so I just do a nice little square knot on the front, just to ensure later on that if I need to adjust anything, I still have enough to work with, but not so much that it's cutting and hitting me in the face. And it just makes sure you always burn any kind of string that you cut to prevent fraying. Okay, so that is your center runner and your top string. And now we're going to move on to our sidewall. So for our sidewall, we are going to start the same way that we did with our top string, doing a double overhand knot. So again, making 2 loops and guiding it through. So that it's nice and tight. We're going to use the same hole that we did for our top string. And now all we're going to do is we're going to skip a hole. We're going to go from the inside of the head outside, so that we come through that second hole. And then we're actually going to go down the next one. So very simple, just in and out. And then we're going to do the exact same thing with the next 2 holes. So we're going to go in from the outside, or in from the inside, and then back through the outside. Okay. Now we're actually going to skip this hole here, and we're going to do that so that when you're taking the draw, the ball can grip this plastic. Okay, that's what the plastic is made for, so that when you take that draw, the ball sits right there and can grip it. So we're going to skip these next 2 holes, and then we're going to start our quote-unquote normal sidewall. So our normal sidewall is just like our top string, and that we're going to actually start from the outside going in. Okay, and we have that loop created, and we're going to pull tight. So it's different from up here, where we just go in and out. We're going to do more like our top string, where we come from the top side and then make that loop. And you'll see now our sidewall string allows us to connect the crosslace later on and still have the ball and be able to grip that plastic. So now we're just going to skip every other hole. So we're going to skip that hole. We're going to do our normal sidewall from the outside in, the outside in. And then on our last one, we're actually going to go from the inside out and then just finish off with our double overhand knot. There again, keeping it super tight. You want a really, really tight sidewall. And then anything you do to one side, you've got to do the other. So we're going to go ahead and do our other sidewall. So we have our 2 loops, make our double overhand knot. Again, we started with the same hole that we did with our top string, so we're going to go ahead and do that. Nice and tight. We're going to skip a hole, and then again, we're just going to go in the inside, and then back down from the outside. Tight. Repeat the same step from the inside. Back. And again, we're going to skip that hole and the next hole, and then start our next one. So from the outside now, outside, coming back through that loop, outside, coming from that loop, outside, coming from the loop, and then we're going to tie off. Double overhand knot. So that is your sidewall, top string, and attachment of the runners.